Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Robyn Baxter, aka Lady B, spoken word artist and visual artist, and you are tuning into the Real Dads Network Expressions of Black Fatherhood exhibition. This is a virtual and guided tour, so each artist is going to be presenting themselves, and I am presenting myself to you today. Shout outs to D Cross. He's another word spit artist and as well a visual artist and the curator of the Expressions of Black Fatherhood exhibition here online. So, the two pieces that I have submitted into this exhibition come from my ongoing art exhibition called Daddies and Daughters. And Daddies and Daughters is all images of men of the African diaspora with their baby girls to refute the myth that black men don't take care of their children. So, and it's all images of men, black men that have had children with women of the African diaspora, be them African American, Afro Caribbean, Afro Latino, or just Africans from the continent, or African people in other parts of the world, like Afro Filipinos. You have Afro Asians as well that are just, they're not mixtures, they're not even biracial, they're just full people of African descent that happen to be inhabiting these different parts of the world. So it's open to all of that interpretation, right? So I started that exhibition in 2011. I think I did the first one. No, I started in 2011. The idea conceived in 2011, but I actually started doing the exhibitions in 2012 and revived it. And it's a beautiful thing. And some of the things that I'm actually seeing on the Real Dads Network, like the award ceremony and a scholarship, these were things that were a part of my original vision. So for, reasons that I won't get into, I wasn't able to fulfill the fullness of what I wanted to do with it. So I am ecstatic to see it happening through somebody that I know, somebody that I trust, somebody that I know is full and competent and encompassing of the wholeness of what it means to be a black family here. And to be able to express that in the artwork in the way that is a balanced and culturally appropriate for us, and that keeps us balanced and not just a showcase for other parts of the world to prove a point. This is something, because I did my exhibition Daddies and Daughters for us, by us, for us. And this is also a gentleman that is doing, the Real Dads Network and the Expressions of Black Fatherhood exhibit for us. So I'm loving that. I'm loving to seeing the different elements come out because the community needs it. So the two pieces that I have are called Illuminated, and the other one is called Creator in Creation. So Creator in Creation is this image of a father with his ear to the belly, and the belly is actually painted. So I'm starting with that one because that image is actually of D. Crust. He was one of the featured fathers in the exhibition for Daddies and Daughters. So what I did was I chose selected featured fathers, and I would create artwork based off of them, based off of photographs they sent me. I would go inside the home with them and just kind of do quick sketches so I can kind of capture the energy. And that was how I would decide what key pieces I would create based off of interacting with them. So with Creating Creation, him being a visual artist, he actually painted his wife's stomach. So I ended up recreating the painting in the painting. I ended up recreating the painting in the painting. And I named it Creator in Creation because we are co-creators. So in this state and in this form, you really got the vibe of the idea that he's co-creating. Like another one of the pieces, it's not that I did of D Cross that featured in my exhibition that's not submitted into the Expressions of Black Fatherhood exhibit by the Real Dads Network. One of the pieces is called He Thinks Therefore She Is. Because I moshed like two pictures together or two images together, some sketches together, where he's kind of looking out, and you can basically kind of see his thoughts helping to form the baby. So it's like a theme that I use for his images of the work. So Creator in Creation, where he's kind of going and you're listening to the baby, but you're also kind of you're listening to your creation. So it's very self-explanatory. As artistically speaking, it is mixed media. This is mixed media on watercolor paper, and it currently is also a framed piece as well. So it has like a black frame and a mat on it, and it is available for sale. So the part of him where he's done him as the creator, I wanted to kind of be like lighthearted, kind of misty. I think I want to say I used charcoal. Originally, I used a combination of like different like art crayons and art pencils, like Conte crayons, some soft charcoal, but a lot of Conte crayons, and just added touches of color in acrylic paint where it was needed. And I did acrylic paint for the belly as well. So I wanted it to have that kind of like the meeting of the two esoteric pieces in the middle with that. So that is creating creation. Now the second piece is Illuminated, and Illuminated was done after DJ Metaphysics and his daughter Naima, and DJ Metaphysics, aka Jamal Gordon, is a brother that I truly love. His spirit is on high right about now. He showed me something very grand. He showed me a lot of things. I don't want to get into the whole conversation. I want to kind of keep it on the art. I'll get into that later. He was one of the first fathers that I chose. And like maybe about a month and a half later, he got into a car accident, and his body transitioned from this plane. Whew. So that was a heavy thing. That was definitely a heavy thing. But he's definitely commemorated in artwork forever. So with the piece Illuminated, that is actually the image that I used for the flyer for the Daddies and Daughters exhibition. And it's an image of him looking over his shoulder at the camera, and he's holding his daughter Naeem in his arms, and they're in winter coats, and she's got like, the fur on the head of her thing. And then there's these kind of like water pumps, some kind of like water art that they do outside in the concrete in the city going on in the background where it's shooting up, almost like like faux water fountains, and almost like faux geysers when you've got water pumping up from the ground. That's what that's imitating. So I repainted this photograph of it. The original is an oil painting on canvas. I still also have the oil painting that is on canvas, and I also have prints available of it as well. And so the reason I chose artistically for this to paint them yellow, because I wanted to show them almost like, illuminated, because as a spirit, he was just even living like as a spirit, he was extremely illuminated, in the way he thought, in the way he acted, in the way he operated. So one of the things that I experienced with him as a person was that he didn't just treat his wife well. He treated women well, period. So, there's certain types of like, I guess, like certain forms of treatment. I know there's a lot of brothers will just, they'll only do it for the woman that they love. No. Or the woman that they love, or the woman that they're with. No. DJ Metaphysics treated every woman with excellence. That was just his standard across the board. And was still faithful, fully faithful to his woman. That was just how he operated. So now you have that also passing on to the next generation. So when I chose the title Illuminated, it's because that is an illuminated mindset and an illuminated spirit. So it emanates from everything that he does and everything that he creates, including his daughter. So I had to make sure that so that's kind of the energy that goes into it. And it like I said, it's an oil on canvas piece, and it was probably one of the most favorited pieces out of the entire exhibition. Everybody loves that piece. And the purpose of it, I wanted to make it look like they were glowing on paper. So that's probably like one of the favorite pieces. So yeah, feel free to look through more of the work. There should be some close-ups of the art. I also have the art available on cards. I will be printing soon. I'm in the process of finding a new printer, and I will have that information for everybody very soon. So I hope you have enjoyed the explanations that I've given of my artwork. The explanations I've given of my artwork. So I'm going to tell you how you can find me. On Instagram, you can find me at RSB Expressions. RSB stands for Ready, Set, Build. So RSB Expressions, aka Ready, Set, Build. Those are also my hashtags: Ready, Set, Build Expressions, RSB, capital RSB Expressions. I also have one for my spoken word that is IMB_Harlem. That's the other Instagram page. And if you're trying to find me on Facebook, you can do facebook.com/Be the Poet. That's BETHEPOET. Facebook.com/BETHEPOET. And you can also find me on Tumblr at RSB Expressions. All right. So thank you so much, and continue to enjoy Expressions of Black Fatherhood exhibition under the Real Dads Network. We will continue to network with you. And if you are a company that loves what you see and loves what you're experiencing, or an individual, and you want to be an investor in what this is, and make sure you donate, make sure you purchase some artwork, because this is how you keep your culture evolving. Peace, y'all.